Welcome to Going On Daily. I am Ron Rigo and I am with the one and only Shark, Rick
What's up,
Rosner.
brother?
How are you today?
Good. Live from the beach house all summer long, bro. It starts today.
Look, I'll tell you, the more I hear the theme song, the more I really like it. And it sounds like a morning song, right? I love it. We've got, oh my God, we're going to have a great show for you.
It's
First of
action
all,
packed.
when one of us is on, there's always a chance for chaos. When both of us are on, there's going to be some chaos. there's going to be some chaos. So, um, first of all, it is episode 9.
9 already. Wow.
Yes, so it's episode 9, and it is called Signed, Sealed, and Delivered. And we have a couple of stories that have to do with that. So if you know anything about how I name shows that, first of all, look familiar because most of them are. They're mostly named after movies, songs, TV, whatever it may be, right? Or a play on that. Well, we have a seal story coming up.
Ooh.
And of course, who delivered last night in the NBA? That is
Oh,
also a story coming up. And that's why I got the green on. That's why I have the green. We are going to talk about this heat wave that's just starting to arrive here in New England, but you've already had it, Rick. It's already on.
brother.
It's already
2 days in a row. 2 days in a row.
So we got that. We have some Apple AI stuff. I can't wait for that. Um, and we have a couple of music segments, right? First of all,
Mhm.
a music festival was canceled, and a lot of people are upset about that. And the top 10 hottest summer concert tours that you are going to want to know about. And and I got a very grisly story about a bear.
Ooh, nice. Can't wait.
So, so that one is coming
Little
up.
Grizzly Adams, right?
Unfortunately, not a nice story, but
Ouch.
it is a story, and I could not avoid doing it because it's really important that we take care of all of our natural resources.
You got it. Yep.
You know. So let's get underway, Rick. I'm not looking forward to today, tomorrow, and through Friday. For this.
How can we sing it? I like it hot, hot, hot. Lay, oh, lay, oh, lay, oh, lay. Dude,
Yeah,
it is freaking hot. I'm not cussing today. I swear. The cuss jar is not out today. It should be out though. You should just have the cuss jar for the shark, you know. But let's roll into this. I tell you what, the heat wave is here at the beach and also my hometown of Pittsburgh. But I tell you what, when they say climate, I ain't gonna lie, man, this is crazy. And when you see these stats here, Ron, you're gonna say, "Wow, what's up?" Here's what happens in the north. They said right now 260 million people is going to be affected this whole week. The
yeah,
hottest days here are actually going to be Thursday and Friday. So we're not even in that yet. We're just warming up. And it's going to be majority of the eastern part of the United States. I mean, it's going to hit like 18 states.
yeah.
Are you ready for this? So Chicago could reach 105.
Oh my God.
105 with humidity. Do you know what it was? That's like desert weather, you know, seriously. Like New York City, 107.
Jesus.
Pittsburgh, 100. We haven't had anything this hot since 1994
Wow.
in Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Wow.
Is that so? The average is everybody's saying right now 25 to 30 degrees above
I
normal.
mean, you're talking 30 years.
Yeah. I mean, and this, if you see the ground, it's just dry. I mean, it's like the grass is just burning, just like it's seriously, if there's a fire, look out. It's just going to take everything out.
Yeah, and Rick, on top of that, it's at the worst possible time of the year where it's so dry, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because people are going to start using fireworks, and that's going to create a big problem.
Well, that's what we do in Pittsburgh. But
Yeah.
you know what? Some of the other cities are going to be dangerous levels real quick. St. Louis, Detroit, Cleveland, of course, NYC, Pittsburgh, and Boston too. So Boston's going to get hit with this heat wave. And New York City, it's kind of cool in a way. They're open to fire hydrants for the kids so they can like get cooled off and stuff like
Yeah.
that if they're in the parks, the inner city. But there's no. I think the Sunday's going to be the first day it's going to like cool down a little bit. Now, yesterday we had some rain. It lasted for like 7 minutes. Is that weird? And then the heat just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
This rain burst. But from what I understand is when it's so hot like this in the north, you get these cloud bursts where it just bursts and the rain comes down.
Yeah.
So don't cut your grass. Don't be out in this kind of stuff. I mean, I think the best thing is stay inside or go drink somewhere.
It's funny because the duck boats are going to be out this week and it's going to be sweltering. It's going to be interesting to see how many problems are going to happen in the Boston parade for the Celtics, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Not to steal the thunder from the next segment or anything, but that is a factual thing that could happen. You're going to have a lot of those fans, and there's a lot of older fans that are going to really be struggling with this. And personally, I think if you're older, you should probably skip the parade.
You got it. And you know what? In my car yesterday, you seen it, 104 degrees when I rolled in. You have to, if you get in your car, open the windows, open the door. Just don't jump in and take off. I mean,
I got a little surprise for you there. Look, right there. Boom.
What did you see on that? Little Kenny Chesney, right? Give him a shout out.
There you go. 104 degrees right there.
You know what? When I was driving to the gym, it was like a blowtorch on my face. And I wasn't even in the sun. And I had the AC on. It was that hot in my car.
Jesus.
And then when I put the AC on for about 10 minutes to get to the gym, it still was 96.
Yeah.
It's like, it's crazy. And people are laying out by my house. I see people laying by the pool. Could you imagine that? It's like 10 minutes, you're just going to fry.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't plan on leaving the house. Like, I'm going somewhere today because it'll be the cooler of the next 3. But after that, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm staying inside. I'm not going anywhere.
Is it safe to drive your car? Seriously, in 100-degree, like, I mean, can your car handle like 110 degrees? I don't know if they can or not. I mean, are you supposed to drive?
I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying in the house, in the AC, not going to go a damn place. Nothing.
You ready for this real quick? My friend, he was at a tiki bar, of course, by our house, and he called me up yesterday. He had a draft beer outside. 3 minutes later, it was warm. It was like drinking like hot beer.
Yeah, no, thank you.
It warmed up that quick. He's like, dude, I had it. He had a picture of it. The mug was frost. And then 3 minutes later, it's like warm. It's like he couldn't even touch the glass. And it's like, come on.
Yeah,
man.
there's no point. I can't, I believe, everywhere in Europe, they actually don't cool their beer.
No, they don't cool their water either. Everything's room temp.
Yeah.
It's actually healthier for you. You know that. It's healthy to, I don't drink
it
any
just makes me
water.
not want to go to Europe because, like, first of all, I like my cold water and I like my cold beer,
And you know what else they don't have? Let me give you a tip. Limited air conditioning. Most hotels, you just open the window. You're sweating.
Yeah, no, thank you.
And I'm just going to tell you, my friends went to Paris about 2 weeks ago. They got back. They said, nobody wears deodorant over there. All you have is a smell the whole time. I got to. You won't eat breakfast now, or if you did already. But they were like, it's like, dude, it's just everybody sweats. You get up and you have a film of sweat on you.
Yeah, no, thank you. And everybody says, "Oh, why haven't you gone to Europe?" And because I don't have a desire to go there. Sorry, I like the comfort of here. I mean, I like going places and stuff like that, but I have no idea to fly across to another country, and no.
Okay, so let's talk about climate control. Now, I mean, climate, who talks about this stuff? I'll be honest with you, I'm very skeptical about this kind of stuff. But kind of sometimes now with this heat, if this continues all summer, I might have some conspiracies to say, wow, there's something changing.
Look,
but there is.
First of all, Rick, if somebody does not believe in the global warming thing, I don't know what you're looking at. Seriously, because like when you think about it, when you have the satellite images of the polar caps and they're
Hmm.
shrinking bad, okay, that should be, enough of a clue. But the reason why all of these storms are getting more severe is because there's more moisture from the caps melting. It doesn't just say, "Oh, well, all of a sudden we're going to be like 120 degrees." No, that's
Yeah.
not what it does. What it does is it warms it enough to put all that ice into gases, and then the storms come, and the storms are more severe, and you see stronger hurricanes, stronger tornadoes. All of this stuff is because there's more moisture in the air, and when those air masses collide, with the hot and cold air, it just makes greater storms. And that's why you see all of these disasters getting worse and worse and worse. And I mean, there is obviously a problem. There is
Well, there's
obviously a
simple
problem.
facts, Ron, because even in school, you remember when we went to school, it was like, if you lived in the north, it was the winters were brutal. The winters are not brutal at all in the north anymore, especially in Pittsburgh. It's kind of mild these days.
Yeah, I
A
mean,
couple
we're getting less
snowstorms.
snowstorms,
Hmm.
because it's now just rain, and they're
So what's your
flooding
prediction?
all the time.
Do you think we're gonna have? What do you think after this week? Can you imagine having a couple more weeks at this 90 degrees all summer? I mean,
Oh, it's going to be brutal. It's going to be a brutal summer, and I think we're I think we're in for a record-setting year, to be honest with you. And
well, here's
that
what's scary for me and for the people up here. Like, we need rain for corn and all that. I mean,
right,
dude, if it dries it out, the farmers are gonna get crushed up north, man.
yeah, and the more this happens, the less food there's going to be available for people, and
Guess what that means? Pricey.
yeah, and I think we're just about priced out right now.
Well, let's not even go there. I went to Sam's Club yesterday real quick and dropped $250 for myself.
Yeah,
Bag of chips are $10, Ron.
yeah, it's insane, because I actually went and to the market yesterday,
Hmm.
and I bought a bag of Jacks, the Bachman's cheese puffs,
Oh yeah.
and they were like $5 there for a bag of air.
It's air too. When you hit
And
that.
it's like, not even 2-3 months ago, there were only three something. Now
Well,
they're already five, and the
here's the
prices
best
are
is, and my buddy
soaring.
summed it up. It's actually cheaper sometimes to eat out than eat at home,
Yeah, a lot of times it is. A lot of times it is.
unless you want the
Especially when you
canned
can go to
food.
Wendy's and you can get a $5 biggie bag, and I'll
Dude.
promote that one. That's fine.
Okay, so I'm going to promote this: the styrofoam cup soup noodles or whatever they're called, the styrofoam
The
noodles.
ramen noodles, yeah,
They never went up in price. They're still the same.
yeah, yeah.
With that, okay, so I got to ask you real quick on that before we go. That piece of like egg or vegetable, is that real or is that like something that should be like astronaut food?
I think it's dried. I
Would
think
you
it's like
try?
freeze dried or something.
Yeah. It never get like, even when it gets hot, it's still spongy no matter what. It's like,
Yeah, yeah. It's probably not good for you. All right, so we're gonna move on. But you are watching us on YouTube at Rhode Island Broadcasting. So please go to YouTube, subscribe, do all that stuff, and
exactly.
you
And
know,
real quick
um,
is at the end of the summer, Ron said he's going to buy everybody a ticket to come down to the beach house and hang out with me, right?
yeah, sure. I'm gonna buy everybody a ticket.
We're just going to have a raffle, right? Come on.
Yeah. You're also watching us on Facebook at All Right
That was a joke,
Broadcasting.
guys.
We get a sponsor, then maybe yeah.
That was a joke.
Um, yeah, so watch us on Facebook. Follow us. Please get those little thumbs going. And don't forget to share, share, share.
Yes. And like the beach house, trust me, because I'll show you other rooms throughout the summer.
So the opening story bled into the next story, and that is because we're going to be dealing with the championship parade during this this heat wave up
Woo,
here,
woo, woo, woo.
and there you see the Boston Celtics, Jason Tatum, elated. He couldn't even speak. He was so
Dude,
happy.
that's
Couldn't
my
even
favorite
speak.
team too, Ron. You know that. I'm a Celtic fan. I'm a Larry Legend guy for life, man. That's
Oh,
my team.
Larry.
I was not the Laker guy. So growing up in the 80s, you adopt, Pittsburgh, you don't have a team. So we all braced on the Irish. Of course, when you see the Boston Celtics, you think of green beer and leprechauns and fun. And no, it's awesome. So I'm so excited for them. It's been like, how many years? Like 15 years?
Well, it's been 16 years because they won on the actual anniversary of their last championship when
That's
they
right.
won their 17th. They now have 18 and lead all franchises in banners. Jason Tatum, 31 points, 8 rebounds, 11 assists. He was a man on a mission last night. Jaylen Brown had 21 points, 8 boards, and 6 assists, and he won the Finals MVP, and deservedly so. He was great in this
Good for
series.
him. Good for him. Good for the whole team. And hey, head coach from West Virginia, I played
Joe
basketball.
Mazzulla, he did so great. What is he, like 34 years old?
I got to see him play down here in WVU because he was like the point guard, so yeah.
He
Good
did
for him.
fantastic. He was great this year, and so they're going to be raising their 18th banner. I'm guessing at the opening of next season, and the duck boats are ready here in Boston area. People are going to be there. People are going to be there,
Oh
and you're
man,
going to see all the players. Al Horford, who won his first championship in 17 years.
Will the legend come back, Larry Bird? You think he'll be there?
I think Larry will be there. I think Paul Pierce will be there. Kevin Garnett. I think they're all going to tune
Robert
in.
Parrish, bring him back.
I would think that they're all going to be there.
Danny Ainge, bring them all.
So, congratulations to the Boston Celtics. And look, Dallas Mavericks, you did fantastic. You have one of the most electrifying players in the NBA. I'm sure you'll be back.
In the day, you still got to win it. So, give me your take on it? You think the Celtics can do back to back?
Well,
might as well talk about it now.
I don't know if they can. Well, they've had eight different winners in a row or something like that.
So since Golden State, it's kind of like tough to get that back to back. What Golden State did it like in 2016, 17 or something like that?
Something like that. That was the last. I believe that was the last franchise that did do it. So I mean, when you think about it, there's a good chance that they're going to lose Al Horford. So you will miss that off the bench, and obviously started a lot when Kristaps Porzingis was out.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I mean, you're gonna have to see if you're gonna retain most of these players. I think most of them are gonna want to stay because of the fact they want to repeat. I mean, who wouldn't want to? And so we'll see. I think the biggest question mark will be Al Horford. So congratulations.
Woo woo. Go green.
All right. So I'll be on Sports Unfolded Friday, and we'll be having a big, long conversation. So if you sports fans want details on all of that, Sports Unfolded Friday.
There it is.
So we have, this Apple announced AI.
This is breaking news. Yeah. So later this year, Apple is going to AI features, but it's different than everything else. I mean, the Galaxy has AI. They all have AI. They're going to tap into a contract with and collaborate with OpenAI, with ChatGPT. So this is where it gets a little sketchy here and a little crazy because Elon Musk is now in the picture and saying our security and our privacy is going to be violated now because it's going to be an open AI for our phones. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you ready for this? So it comes out later this year. I mean, I don't have an iPhone, but I mean, when you see this stuff, so it's called Apple Intelligence. AI.
Oh,
They just great marketing name, Ron. Is that like they call it Apple Intelligence, AI? I mean, you can't make this up. Apple does everything falls in their lap. Did you ever notice
yeah,
that?
it does.
I mean,
It
that pointed
does.
at
And
Apple.
here I am. I was thinking, how are they going to do this? Are they going to call it IAI?
Apple Intelligence. There it is, right? It's like,
Yeah.
so it's going to be in-house AI. So it's going to be on your phone generated with OpenAI, and it's going to power chatbots. So you're going to have chatbots on your phone all the time now. When you see what happens here, and like I said, it's going to be integrated with ChatGPT. So it's going to improve your photo editing. So right now, you take a picture, just like Google, you can put it and you could be in a mountain, you could be in the snow, you could be anywhere. It's going to put you wherever you want to be. Is that wild? Like we can be swimming. I can go like this and I'll be in the ocean. It's going to be like almost insane. Siri, they're going to take control of that. It's going to be greater. AI generation of customer emojis based on the text prompts. I'll text you something, emojis will automatically pop up and you just click, 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 click. So you don't have to even search for them. Whatever your text is, the emojis, they're going to throw the emojis out there. And they have a whole new line of emojis coming out too. Is that wild?
Yeah.
They'll, who knows what? Inappropriate ones. Who knows what's going to happen? You know, it's like we're getting crazy now. And then they are going to also have auto-suggesting responsible for emails. And so the emails now is when you email somebody, all you do is type in a couple words and then it's going to set up an email for you. It's basically going to write you an email. You put 3 keywords in and your email is going to come out. Your text is going to come out. They said, you type in, hey, how you doing, Ron? And it'll look at your other text with him and like with me and you, and it'll start printing out. So you won't even have to think how to text anymore. This could be kind of dangerous in a way because what if it says something that you don't want to say? I mean, yeah. It's going to improve all the apps. Auto transcript on voice memos too. So when you do a voice memo, you're going to have an auto transcript of that too. Just click a button, it'll be on there too. I mean, all this is going to come out later this year. It's going to be basically where they said you don't have to think anymore. You hit 2 keywords. It's going to do your texting for you, your emails for you. You just stand back and look like a zombie.
Well, that's what the world is starting to look like. You know, it's all fine and dandy, but I mean, at some point, don't you? I mean, people are going to be stupid.
No, we are.
They're not already.
with the Apple, with the AI coming in here, it's almost like you don't have to do anything. You click a button, you could be a super genius with words that you never pronounced or anything like that anymore.
Yeah, but they're really not going to be. I mean, that's the thing. It's like everything is being done for you.
But where's your data at? What Elon is saying is, where's your data going? Where's your privacy at? When you're an open AI, they're grabbing everything. Every conversation you had, ChatGPT will have too, right?
Yes.
So you're open to the world. So what privacy do you have?
Yeah, you don't really have any.
So basically what's going to happen then, say you have a fight with your girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever like that, is that going to be there for a court case? OpenAI, it can just request to get the stuff from OpenAI, right?
Yeah.
Everything on it.
Yeah.
Even though you can still get it now, I mean, it's going to be out for the world. What if somebody hacks OpenAI? All your stuff that me and you talked about they can just blast on social media.
It's eventually going to happen. I mean, at this point, everybody gets hacked.
So if you're a celebrity and you're talking to your wife or you're kinky or something like that, dude, somebody can hack you and get that, shoot it out there, sell to TMZ. There we go.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool, but it's kind of like you might as well just leave your door open. Don't lock anything anymore.
Yeah, I mean, this is what reality is now, right? Reality is this massive thing that basically everything is going to be done for you, and everything is going to be out there.
Well,
anybody can see it.
Here's my take on this, Ron, is that when you take a picture, I like the backdrop. So you can sit in your house right now and say you're at the Alamo. It's right. Almost like we're living this fake life. Like people want to go to see the Alamo. Now you can just sit in your house, drinking your coffee and your PJs and say, I was at the Alamo, and throw it out to everybody and they think you were there. So it's almost like we have this fake life that we never traveled anywhere, right?
Yeah. And that's why I don't have to go to Europe.
Dude, you're not. Next show, you're gonna be you'll be you'll be sitting there.
You know, I'm sure there's an app somewhere where you can have a tour of the Eiffel Tower and actually go up like the steps or whatever it is. I don't know, elevator. I don't know how they get to the top. Doesn't matter to me. I don't care about, if I visit the Eiffel Tower or not. It doesn't matter to me.
Well, they're gonna
But
have us.
I can only say I did.
Well, with OpenAI now, you can walk. Like I can walk for like maybe 10 seconds, and they can integrate that where I can be walking up the steps anywhere.
Yeah.
So that's already there.
Yeah.
And just like the Google phone, you could snatch yourself, cut your background, and I could be jumping off a cliff right now. And they're like, oh my goodness, look at what he did.
Yes. And we may have you do that some point.
I know. It'll be AI for sure, right? Or is it going to be the real?
Oh, real. Like cliff diving or something,
Woo! But yeah, so this is all going to come out at, they have no date yet. They had their big meetings last week. It's shocking the world. All the other phones are going to be, coming up with stuff too. I think there's going to be some lawsuits before this all goes down, because I don't think you can have a contract. Like if you own an iPhone, you're going to have to agree to this too. They just can't put this on your phone and say, okay. But here's the thing is though, it's only on the expensive phones. The entry level iPhones don't get this. I mean, you got to pay the price. It's like a Mercedes,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's not on the cheap phones. The free
Pro.
phone you get,
you got to get the Pro.
I'm up for a new phone now, and they said, you want this one? It's like the basic model. I'm like, in the hell no. It's like, I don't want that. And then when you say you want the better one, they're like, oh, well, here's the fee. You have to pay. I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
Yeah.
Phones are getting out of control, don't you think, with the rates?
Oh, of course.
I mean, you
like
figure
everything is out of control. Everybody's right now, all these big corporations are in a money grab until someone says, hey, enough.
Yep.
And nobody's doing that yet. And, I don't think it's right that all these companies are gouging. And that's what they're doing. They're taking advantage of a situation, namely the oh my God, COVID, So they use the pandemic as a crutch. Now it's turning into gouging because there really isn't a reason for, things to be skyrocketing like they are. I mean, there really isn't. But they're taking advantage of it and saying, oh, because it's rising costs, but it's really not rising costs. They're causing it. They're raising their prices, so everything else is going up around it that trickles down. Places like, Wally World.
Clark Griswold.
I'm just saying, the prices are going up when they don't have to. That's all I'm saying. So, and phones are no exception.
No, you're dropping what, 3,000? What's a phone after you pay your bill every month and all that? You're dropping what, almost $2,500 a month or more? I mean, a year, $3,000 a year.
Yeah,
that's a lot. In 10 years, that's $30,000. You know that?
Yeah, right. That's why I get these little cheap things.
What do you have, a flip phone?
No, I don't even know what I got, to be honest with you. I think it's a Samsung.
I tell you what I miss. I miss the BlackBerry. That was my favorite phone. Remember the BlackBerries?
Oh, I remember the BlackBerry.
That was.
The keyboard was like so small I couldn't hit the.
And you had that little ball. There's a rumor, I don't know, but somebody said the BlackBerry might make a comeback.
Oh yeah, it will.
If it does, oh yeah, and it'll crush it. People love the Black. It was the first smartphone, really, for business.
Yeah. Yep. So, all right. So that is AI from Apple.
Go get your
Apple Intelligence, which is ingenious. These guys.
How long do you think it takes them to say, "Oh, Apple Intelligence"? 2 seconds. Who got credit for that?
It's so ridiculous.
It's almost like
all I can think of is like what they have to put the I in front of it, right? No,
it's almost like And I'm one of the kind of people, it's like, they're like the champions. Like they win every year. It's like, Apple, come on, give us a break. Let somebody else be the champ, right?
Exactly. Exactly. All right, so let's go to our music stuff. First of all, out of Panama City Beach, Florida, um, they had this kickoff jam for Labor Day scheduled August 30th through the September 1st. And it featured Garth Brooks, Carrie Underwood,
Ooh,
Alabama, Randy Travis, Lauren Elena, and Randy Houser, and more, right?
wow.
Now, people were up in arms for the price of $300 to $2,200, depending on what
But for
package you wanted,
that's not
right?
too bad.
300 to see Garth Brooks and Carrie Underwood in
Yeah,
Alabama.
the rest of them,
That's not a
that's
bad
cheap.
price,
No way. That's
considering,
dirt cheap.
right? So, general admission was sold out. They just canceled it. And it
Why?
makes no sense. So here's what they said. After the success of Gold Coast Jam during Memorial Day weekend, um, we decided that it's a better time to host a festival. So we're going to cancel the Labor Day weekend. And that makes no sense because if it's sold out, it's successful. So there is something certainly going on here.
It's going on
And
with all these concerts now. It's got to be Live Nation. We got somebody's taking a bigger cut. So we're thinking profit. How do you know
yeah,
somebody's coming in and saying, well, we get 70%, Brooks, you get 20? He's like, dude, I'm not taking that. I mean, there's got to be a behind the scenes stuff here.
there
This is not
has
just
to
canceling
be,
it.
and
Yep.
this is why people are so upset. They've voiced their opinions. They've been saying, well, there's got to be a reason, other than what they're saying, because there's no way if it's sold out, then
Garth
it's
Brooks would never do
successful, right?
that. I'm a follower of Garth Brooks. He's not going to cancel a concert just for the hell of it to kill his name. No way in hell. You know that.
No,
Seriously.
no. So it's definitely got to do with money. It has to,
Yep.
because that's what it's all about.
Oh,
So maybe I think some of the music acts were promised a certain thing and they probably weren't getting it, and the eyebrows were raised, and then they ended up canceling it. So it's always about money, so you have to follow the dollar here, people. If you want to know what happened, that's how you find out. You follow the dollar and you'll get
well,
your
they'll
answer.
come out. Carrie Underwood's a class act, and so is Garth. They're
Right.
going to come out sooner or later and say something. Seriously, once this gets over with, because there's no way they're
Yep.
just going to have all their fans upset. And I think their fans are catching on. We're all catching on with this. It's not the artist. It's
Right.
the hungry people behind it trying to like price
Exactly.
gouge us. Yeah.
Exactly. So, there's a lot of people that obviously paid for tickets, so they're getting reimbursed, and they said that they should be getting their money back by, I don't know if it was June 21st or July 21st.
Well, I'm going to tell you, Live Nation needs to go away because they killed my country concert by my house in Ohio. Wrong. We used to have this big festival for 4 days. Live Nation came in. You bring your own alcohol in. You pay like $400 for the whole week. Dude, they've been doing this for 30 years.
You
And then
know what
Live
I
Nation
want to
said,
see, Rick? I want to
"What?"
see, and we experienced this with the pandemic, right? When musicians started going to, the internet and playing live, for free in a
Mhm.
lot of cases, right? Just because they wanted to stay involved. So musicians started taking their career in their own hands. I would like to see these musicians hire their own people to do their promotion instead of a company that does it. Because those companies are taking advantage of the situation.
Oh,
And it's only a matter of time before it collapses. It's going to collapse at some point. Because I mean, the music industry seems to be hit by everything. First the whole Napster thing, and and now the promoters obviously are not doing what they're supposed to be
well,
doing.
Well, you know what? There's one artist, and I'm going to say it. You know, my peep, Kenny Chesney, does not deal with that. Did you ever see his prices go up? Never. He does the stadium concerts, same price, same rate, maybe 95 to 120 bucks. Maybe you want to go down the front, maybe 200 bucks. Not price gouging ever. So whatever he's doing to pack them over and over again,
Yeah.
something's up. And then, by the way, let's give a shout out to our man. What's his name? The legend from Texas, George Strait. Had the record. 111,000 people went to Texas A&M Stadium. He beat the record of the Grateful Dead. 111,000.
Wow. That's a lot of people. You
Yep.
know, he can still bring them, you know? I mean,
He's like in the 70s, 72 years old, I think, or 75, and he's
yeah,
still, dude.
he's still got it. He's still got it. You know, so again, you know, these people, they wanted to see this event, and now they don't get that chance. And it like I said, it really made no sense. There has to be something to do with the money, and
Did
that's
they
all
come
it
out,
could be.
Ron?
It's all it could be.
I didn't study this story, so you did a little bit of research. Did they come out with anything at all right now? Is there anything else that you could dig up? Is there any press releases of just
Right now, I think it's still too fresh. And they didn't say anything but that statement. That was it. That's all they said. They didn't give any details, nothing. You know, they just released a statement and that's it. And that's all we know right now. Look, I'm sure, like you said, you're going to start hearing something eventually from Carrie Underwood, you know, and Garth Brooks and some of these other bands. Like Alabama's been around forever, you know, and, you know, you think Alabama wanted to miss out on this?
no. I mean, come on. How many more years do they have? You know,
Right.
every year is a precious year for them. They're getting older, you know?
Exactly. Randy Travis just came out with, I guess, a new album recently. You
How's
think
he
he
doing?
wants to miss out on this?
Randy Travis can sing again still? I didn't know that because he was really sick. Good
Yeah,
for
he
him.
has a new album. He was scheduled to be there. Like these are the opportunities from these older acts that they don't want to miss out on.
No, these are legends. This is not just somebody. These are people that perform for 30 years, 40 years,
Right.
decades. They're not
Right.
going to come to a show and cancel it, you know. I mean,
But back in the day, Randy Travis was the guy.
oh, in the 80s, he was the man. Garth Brooks was the man in the 90s. Garth Brooks had hit after hit for like,
Yeah.
he still does. I mean, the man's like incredible. Carrie Underwood's another one. She's a rock
Yeah.
star too. I mean,
Yeah. And you know, if there is some dirty dealings, next interview that these people have, it's going to be out there. It's
I'm
going to
waiting
be
for,
said.
you know what I'm waiting for now? I think it's just going to go virtual. It's going to be, every concert's going to be virtual now. You're just going to get on Netflix and buy Garth Brooks and watch the concert live. I mean, they do that now, but I think they're going to have a bigger venue like that. Don't even come to the show anymore. Just let's do it on Netflix.
I actually wouldn't be upset.
Because you know what you could do then? You could go to somebody's house, like at my parents, put up we have one of them big screens outside, invite your neighbors, and have a tailgate
sound,
party.
everything.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be great?
I think it would be awesome.
I think Netflix needs a concert series. You know, I'll promote it for them.
Hey, we have jam sessions on Rhode Island Broadcasting for local bands, so
nice.
You know, it's pretty awesome. I love it. So, so that is the kickoff jam. It is no longer. It was supposed to be at Frank Brown Park, and they canceled a sold-out show.
Well, I'm so sorry, Ron, because I think you were one of the headliners. Weren't you singing a couple songs?
Oh, I would have loved to have been there. You know, I mean, I wasn't the headliner. You know, I'm sure I was going to open up, but
you were the MC.
Oh, that would be awesome. Oh my God. That would
Could you imagine having our show there live? Would that have been awesome? Like there and interviewing everybody?
It would be great. You know, so if you want to sponsor the show so that way we can make those things happen, you know, all you have to do is send us a quick email to ribroadcasting.media@gmail.com. We can send you out all the information you need to sponsor this wonderful show. And first of all, this is the time where we have to give the shout out to Becky out there in Vegas, enjoying her trip in Vegas. You know, So we have to say hi and happy anniversary to Mike Palmer, our other co-host.
Michael, happy anniversary, and I hope Becky's hanging from the spear there and doing the bungee jump there in Vegas.
So we have such a great crew here. We can churn out all different combinations and different stories. So look, this is episode 9. Go back after the show, of course. Go back and check out the first 8 episodes. They're all spectacular with great stories, great conversation. And don't be afraid to jump in on the conversation.
Yeah.
You can put your comments out there. We'll talk to you. We're live. We're live. Join us.
And
I know
I'll tell
there's
you
people out
everything you
there
want to
watching
hear.
right now. Throw some comments down.
That's right. Let's do it.
We talk about anything, really. So let's talk about this other music.
Oh my. Summertime. You know what summertime means? Concert time.
That's right.
Woo!
The top 2024 summer concerts, and those people right there are all out there. Will they be in the top 10? I got a feeling this one right here is probably in the top 10.
I don't know. From my list, I'm going to show it. Okay, so you ready? Let's do the top 10. You ready?
Yeah.
Top 10 that I have on my list. And some of them just go, Pink. Did you know Pink has a big tour coming this summer?
I did not know that.
Yes. And the average ticket for Pink is $381. $381.
I don't know about that.
Where's them $38 lawn seats at?
Yeah.
Number 9, Chris Stapleton, great country singer. Chris, I mean,
I know who he is.
Yes. Number 8. Now, I guess he's still going on tour. They said Garth Brooks is doing a summer tour.
I'll tell you, I saw Garth in concert, and
I've never done it, but
absolutely
I want to.
amazing. Absolutely amazing. I was not a country singer. Country fan at the time either. I brought an ex on her birthday to see Garth Brooks, and I was amazed.
They said the whole time that Ron, for 2.5 hours, like he's up and down the stage, like he doesn't sit. I mean, isn't he like running around and just going
he's
crazy?
all over the place. All over the place.
He's soaking wet. Got to be. And he wears does he wear t-shirts or is that long sleeve? Or?
No, he just wore those country shirts,
What's the final song? Friends in Low Places?
Yes. Yes. With the third verse.
I love it. But you know what's funny is all his songs, there's so many of them. Thunder Rolls. I mean, Louisiana. I mean, there's so many good ones. It's like, everybody's singing, right?
It's all good.
Sings these. Yeah.
It's all good. Papa Loved Mama.
Oh,
I used to do that one in karaoke.
Did you really?
Yeah, because it's so fast and people are excited because you can keep up.
Did you know all the words or did you mumble a couple of things?
I knew all the words.
Look at you. So we got to challenge you.
I knew the words by heart. I knew every line.
So then I think that by the end of summer, Ron, you should be singing on the show here. Let's have a karaoke challenge.
Yeah, okay.
Come on, Ron.
That's not going to happen.
The captain's going to do it. We're going to challenge him before Labor Day. Number 7. Okay, these guys, I swear to God, they never go away. The Rolling Stones are on tour again. Come on.
You ever see those memes where they have the young stars, the young musicians, and they show their baby pictures, and then Keith Richards is still the same thing?
The Rolling Stones, like Mick Jagger, how old are they? They got to be like 80, right? 85?
They got to be.
How do you perform at 85 years old?
I don't know. And are they any good? Like, look, I'm not a huge Rolling Stones fan, right? But I love a lot of their old stuff, like Brown Sugar, one of my favorite Stone songs. They have a lot of great stuff. But can they perform like that?
No, you know what I heard? The music's so loud, their voices out there, they're just like, you can't, it's all distorted. It's almost like you're listening to AM radio. Seriously, all joking aside, it's like, how can you play an instrument at that high level anymore? But still, just to go see them in the atmosphere. But it's like they've been on tour like every year. Like they don't miss a tour. Like
Yeah, I
how
know.
much money do you need? Is there a time like you can go and hang out at the beach house or like go to Europe and just chill?
It's
Like,
almost like their ego has to keep them relevant. But they don't have to try. It's like, I have this thing with Elton John too. Like, you don't have to keep producing new music anymore. You don't
no,
have to do that
not at all.
because your old stuff is so great that
Yeah.
you can just do that stuff and people will be happy because, frankly, your new stuff isn't that good.
No, I mean, come on. The old stuff was great.
Oh, God.
Sad song.
Yeah, everything.
Rendezvous at the end of the street with
Crocodile
my
Rock. I mean, come on.
good stuff. And then guess who else is on tour? Of course, Usher is on tour this summer
Yes,
and he set it up because he did the Super Bowl. You got to repeat that because what he did at the Super Bowl halftime show was incredible.
that was really good.
He
I was
brought roller
impressed.
skating back to TikTok. You know, everybody's on roller skating now because of this.
Yeah,
Because he did the roller skates. I mean,
he set a
Usher,
trend.
you know, Usher, I seen when I was doing this, he's a big person for working out and dieting. He fasts every
Yeah.
Wednesday. He fasts. Like the man's got to be in shape for all the stuff he does. I mean, the
Yeah.
dancing and all that.
He's a great performer. A great
Oh
performer.
yeah. What's your favorite song by Usher?
I don't know because I don't know his music by the name. I just know it by the song.
I
If
did
that
it
makes any
my
sense,
way.
because I don't listen to him all the time,
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
know. But he's got some great songs.
And the next one's
That's
Noah
what happens when
Can.
you get older, Rick.
Yeah.
You
Dude, I'm
start
never.
losing track of what songs are who, and
Well, you figure our portfolio of all our music is so it keeps getting bigger and bigger. 70s, 60s. It's like
I
the
know.
80s. The 80s are the oldies now, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Which I think had the best wider variety of music. In
The 80s because everything was original. There was no much sampling at all. 70s and 80s were like live music. They played it live. They recorded it live. Now everything's sampled. The
Well, it
only
also
person.
had a wider variety of genres that were really good.
I mean, you had
Because that was like
headbanging.
the dawning of hip hop. When you had Run DMC, and Two Live Crew and all of this
Oh,
stuff,
as
right?
nasty as they want to be. Yeah.
Right. So you had that kind of music just starting to step into it, and you still had all the, the rock bands like Bob Seger, Billy Joel, Huey Lewis and the News with that regular rock and roll. And then you still had heavy metal and like AC/DC, who is still relevant today.
And then you had the hair band.
So you had all these things, and that's when country music just started to say, hey, you know what?
Country, and
We're
then the
here.
grunge. Don't forget the grunge.
And grunge, right.
I mean, Nirvana and that. I mean, so you had them all together. Can you imagine in like 10
Right.
years, you had all them transforming our lives.
And then don't
Yep.
forget about the techno stuff like Flock of Seagulls and
Oh,
so to me the 80s had that wide variety of things, whereas like now today it's like, okay, so you have the country singers and you have hip hop, but they all sound the same. They're
they
all
all
carbon
sound the same.
copies, and there isn't as much of a variety as before. You have like the alternative rock, but there's nothing in between, you know? There's really not as many. So I don't know. I just think the 80s had more of a variety. So go ahead,
Oh,
continue with your list. I had to
100%. And then you know what? Rap. Did you realize that rap took a little backstage now, but it's going to be coming back again because you know who put it on the map again? Eminem, man. Perfect timing for him to bring rap back. I'm going to tell you, my prediction is rap
the
in
best,
2025.
right?
He's all the old school rap artists are going to start blasting stuff out again. Dr. Dre, you're going to see rap, younger kids start going back to that old school rap. This stuff that we have now, the rap is horrible. It's just,
Yeah, it's not good.
It's
not good.
no, it's nothing. There's no lyrics. Even Eminem said that. I mean, he don't say much, but everybody else does. Like they don't have the beats like Tupac, Biggie, and then like the DMCs back in the day, Beastie Boys. Come on, the
Beastie
Beasties.
Boys were awesome.
Dude, they were the first group to like put that little bit of rock edge to it. Remember that?
They
No
were
Sleep
so
Till
good.
Brooklyn. Oh my God. I can
Yeah.
listen to that cassette over and over, a CD. Isn't it great?
Cassette.
Brass Monkey.
Oh my God. All right. So
No
what's up?
Sleep Till Brooklyn. Dun, dun. Oh my.
Oh, of course. Of course.
And who played the guitar in that? Was that Slash?
I don't know. I
It
don't
was some
know.
famous celebrity that actually did the guitar riff for that when they did the Beastie Boys.
Yeah, I don't know who did the guitar.
All right, the next one, of course, Taylor Swift. So, her tour continues forever. It's, she's going to be kicking off still some more summer stuff. So,
But she's
and
not number one on the list?
no, not at all. You're going to be shocked.
Okay.
Next one for summer, because, her tour has been going on for a while now. It's been going on for like, what, 8 months?
Taylor?
I think. Yeah, Taylor Swift's
Yeah, it
tour.
seems like she's always on tour.
Yeah, it is. Okay, the next one. We got to give a shout
Wow.
out.
In between stops at Kansas City.
Pearl Jam at number 5.
What?
Yes. $523 to see Pearl Jam. They, I didn't realize, but they haven't toured for a while, I heard. I mean,
They're good.
they are.
Pretty good.
Next one, Morgan Wallace.
Who?
Morgan Wallen. Country
Who's
singer. Country singer, Morgan Wallace. I think it's Morgan Wallace, yeah. Country singer.
Okay.
So he's coming up in the charts. Yeah, he's pushing it. Okay, great. Last couple. Bruno Mars. He's on tour again.
Oh, I love Bruno.
24 karat. Yeah. 24
Bruno
magic.
He is this generation's Prince.
Yes.
Love the music. Love
With
his
a
music.
twist of Michael Jackson vibe. Am I right?
Right.
The way he dances.
Yep.
And his outfits.
He's so talented. Such a
Oh.
talented guy.
And guess what tickets cost?
That's my favorite of this list so far.
$619 for a ticket.
Wow. Wow.
You could buy a flat
Holy
screen.
mackerel.
You could buy a flat screen TV for that. You know that, right?
Holy mackerel.
And that's not counting your drinks driving there.
Unbelievable.
So basically, you go to Disney World, or you go see like Bruno Mars for a night, and that's it. There's your summer vacation, right?
Wow.
Hey, Ron, I'll take the beach over that any day.
Unbelievable.
I know, isn't it crazy? And the number one, Olivia Rodrigo.
Oh, come on.
Yes.
How much is she getting per ticket?
$963.
Oh, there's no way. There's
Yes.
no way.
I looked at 3 different sources. One was Yahoo,
Right.
one was USA. Yes, these are.
You're out of your mind if you're paying $900 to see.
What does she
Olivia
sing?
Rodrigo.
Is she Disney, or what the hell does she sing?
I don't care. It doesn't even matter what she sings. She can sing anything for all I care. I'm not paying $900 to see her.
I don't even know what she sings. They said she's like a number one pop. Like, I don't listen to like the radio, so I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
All
right.
We decided we're not going to any concerts this year, right, Ron?
See, this is when you have to, when you're old and you have to see all these other things. All right. How is Janet Jackson not on that list?
Not on the list I have. Nope.
Like, she hasn't toured in when, and she's coming back to tour with Nelly.
You know what, Janet's kind of like, is she going to have a big following? I can't picture her being like sold out.
But it's Janet Jackson.
But you have to decide, Ron, when you decide, do you pick Janet Jackson or Pearl Jam, or do you pick the Stones? I mean, seriously, if you're a family or you're gone, I'm not picking Janet.
Well, I'm not saying I would pick Janet, but she's better than Olivia Rodrigo.
Who is this Olivia girl? We have to get her on the show.
I don't know. Alanis Morissette is touring. Like, Alanis Morissette, to me, is the best rocker since Pat Benatar.
But do you think she's going to pack the state, like the arenas?
No, probably not. I'm just saying,
Okay.
How is Blink 182 not relevant?
Yeah,
they were so huge. Like, everything was about Blink 182, like 4 years ago. Jason Mraz is on tour.
That's another good one. Yes.
Foreigner and Styx for those that like the 80s and 70s. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that they're making more. I'm just saying.
There's another group
Also,
coming. Who's a competitor?
Journey is with Def Leppard.
I know that's incredible. You know what that ticket's going for? Like $400.
That I can understand because although if it doesn't have Steve Perry, I'm not in.
Is he singing or
No,
no?
no.
See, I got to tell you straight up, just like Queen, they went on tour. If it's not the lead singer, Ron, I can't go, man.
No, if Queen's on tour without Freddie,
I mean,
that's
yeah.
it. And let's face it, they can't have Freddie.
No, we can't have Freddie. And Journey, I mean, come on. It's the one voice.
So Journey is with Def Leppard, Cheap Trick, Heart, and Steve Miller Band all together.
Wow, that's a deal.
That is a deal. That is a deal. There's the Foo Fighters. How are they not relevant? You know what I'm saying? So this list, I always see Olivia Rodrigo.
Who is this Olivia? We got to do research on Olivia.
Fish is on tour, but they're always on tour. They're one of those cult following kind of bands. Green Day is on tour. Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band is on tour. How is he not up there?
There's so many, so we could have a list of like 20 then.
If you go into September, you have Weezer.
Weezer's great too.
Yeah. Billie Eilish. How is Billie Eilish not? Well, that's technically not summer because it starts September 29th.
That's a pretty good lineup of all of them. What you named too, that's a pretty good list.
Yeah, no, there's some great concerts out there, and there's some others that are smaller, that are definitely like the Pretenders are on tour.
You know what I miss? Jimmy Buffett, man.
God, yeah. Oh, and Chicago is with Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Wow, what a combo! You know what would be great is if they all came on at one time and did a song together.
The horns must be awesome in that concert.
Earth, Wind, and Fire is in Chicago. I mean, and it's Peter Cetera, of course, right? I mean, he's.
Oh, I don't know if it's Peter Cetera.
Oh, they got another guy. Then that's not the same, then, right?
Well, with Chicago, they have like a new singer on almost every album, it seemed. It's Chicago's in it a little different. They had like 1 million albums.
They do, don't they? And they call by numbers, don't they? Aren't they like some of them? They're like Chicago 17, Chicago 18.
Yeah. Chicago 1 million. All right, so we got to move it on. Oh my God, that was awesome. Though that was awesome.
Olivia
Rodrigo, who knew, right?
You're a fan now.
Yeah, sure. Look, it's time for Animal Kingdom. We're gonna probably run a little late, so I'm gonna try to blow through this in a hurry.
All right, brother.
I got 2 stories that kind of actually sad, to be honest with you. So kind of ending it on a downer, First we have the seals signed, sealed, and delivered. Look, 12 sea lions were found dead in Bodega, and then they found 10 more in Fort Bragg. And they did studies and because they brought 70 others that were sick to the local marine and mammal center, and they found that those 70 had leptospirosis. So it's a leptospira bacteria that is spread through urine and other bodily fluids. And what it does, it causes kidney damage, and they get into excruciating pain, and then they die. And so they had a problem with the seals, and so that's a lot of seals that have turned up. Man. And one person from the community said, "Yeah, we're lucky if we see 3 dead seals in a year." And in that area, they found 5 just in that area. A lot of them were found back into the water, and they couldn't do the studies on the carcasses of the seals. So, an unfortunate situation for the seals in California. Hopefully, they can make those other 70 healthy. You know, I mean, we don't want to see more casualties for that.
No, not at all.
So, and then the other story was, if not more heart wrenching, um, Nakota is a white grizzly that you can see right there. Nakota and her two cubs. This is a disturbing story. So apparently, the two cubs were hit and killed while crossing a street. And then 12 hours later, Nakota was startled by a passing train, ran back into the road, and one car swerved and missed, and the other car hit and killed Nakota as well. So the whole family of white grizzlies, which are rare, died on the same day in
Wow.
two separate accidents. And they just started, putting into place like a couple of months ago that you can't stop and watch the bears because everybody's going up there to stop to watch them, and they did a no stopping law, and they lowered the speed limit, and it did nothing, and the family perished.
Oh boy.
So sad stories with animals, and I love animals more than people. So it really stuck out to me. And look, this is a natural resource, people. You've got to just look, if you know they're in the area, why are you speeding and not being able to see a big grizzly bear? Seriously. And I
Idiots.
understand they can run out
Idiots.
in front, but still, you have to be alert. Have to be alert. Pretty sad.
It is sad.
It is. And you see stories like this all the time with
Hmm.
animals, and there was no different with the bison up in Yellowstone that apparently gored some lady.
Wow, I just had bison last night. Maybe that was the bison. I love bison meat. Sorry, inside joke.
Well, that took a turn. Jeez.
Come on, Ron. You
Jeez.
never know what's going to come out of my mouth. Oh my goodness, but dude, love the show, man. We had a lot of good topics, man.
Yes. So, not tomorrow, Thursday, Mike returns to lead the way. He will be back on Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. He's going to lead me, and then Saturday, me and you, Rick, right?
Sounds like a plan.
And I haven't done a show with Mike since the second episode, so that'll be great. And so you gotta come out, watch it 9 a.m. live,
Yeah.
join in, and that's that, Rick. It's over. We're
It's
done.
over. My friends, stay hydrated, stay cool, have a beer on me. Enjoy.
All right, have a great day. Take care, everybody.
Okay, guys. See ya.